Thank you very much, sir. Vande Mataram.
Thank you. Dr. Meenakshi Jain ji, it is her maiden speech today. So congratulations on that.
Thank you, sir. Since it's my maiden speech, I crave the indulgence of the House for any errors and omissions that I may make. We celebrate 150 years of Vande Mataram ode to the motherland. At this important juncture, it's important to ask why Vande Mataram captured the imagination of this country when it was first composed 1.5 centuries ago. Bankim voiced the legacy of countless Indians who had fervently venerated the motherland through the millennia. It is from the earliest times that reverence for the land has been expressed in countless verses in our most ancient texts. India is perhaps a unique case in the world where we can trace the expression of veneration of the motherland from sacred texts going back thousands of years. The Nadi Sukta of the Rig Veda, that is so many centuries before Common Era, it is the earliest expression of veneration for the land. It says that we venerate the rivers to which we owe so much. The Nadi Sukta refers to the rivers in the Punjab region and northwest India. Soon after that, in the Prithvi Sukta, we have what is called the first national song in the world. The Prithvi Sukta is part of the Atharvaved. And what does it say? This is described as the first national song in the world. It is a perfect fusion of patriotism, that is love for the land, cultural awareness, and a historical tradition rooted in unity in diversity. The Prithvi Sukta refers to the Himalayas and the Sindhu, the 7 seasons, the flora, the fauna, the agriculture and crafts of its land. It praises the natural beauty, resources, and wealth, and it evokes a deep sense of gratitude and bonding, which, like a mother, sustains and feeds her offspring. Enunciating the philosophy of Indian nationalism, the Prithvi Sukta took notice of the diversity of the inhabitants of this land, their varying dialect and behavioral norms, all of whom the mother nurtured without distinction. Its opening verses recount the values that sustain this land: truth, cosmic law, initiation, penance, Vedas, and the sacrifice. So after that, we have the epics and Puranic literature. They contain so many Bharat Prashastis, hymns of glory, gratefulness to the motherland. The Virat Day of India, in all its majesty and magnificence, meditated upon the purificatory mantra, O Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, come ye and enter this water of my offering. The Vishnu Puran has been described Bharatvarsh as the chosen land. It is only after many births and the aggregation of much merit that people, living beings, are sometimes born in Bharat as men. And the subsequent literature attests that for its inhabitants, India remained the land of par excellence. The Bhagavad Puran, which was composed in the Tamil region, articulated this sentiment. Oh, glorious deeds were those which won the favor of Hari himself. By his favor, they obtained birth among the people of Bharat. I can go on. But in modern times, the ancient spirit of nationalism was proudly articulated in Bengal. Eminent Indians of the 19th century, like Rajnarayan Basu, Nabgopal Mitra, Surendranath Banerjee, all stressed the antiquity of nationalism in India. In the early 20th century, Swami Vivekananda, Arvindo Ghosh, among a host of others, reiterated the ancient spiritual and cultural moorings of the Indian upsurge. Bipin Chandra Pal argued that nationalism in India stood for the utmost possible development and perfection of the ideas, of the genius and character of the people, our culture and civilization. It stood for God, humanity, and the motherland. It is indeed possible to, they argued that it is possible to guard against denationalization. Among the pioneers who argued this was Rajnarayan Basu. He has been proclaimed as the first prophet of Indian nationalism. He said, no reform is accepted by a nation until it comes in its national shape. In 1861, he prepared a prospectus for the promotion of national feeling among the educated natives of Bengal. It was a most remarkable proposal by a nationalist Indian of that time. A blueprint for the regeneration of the youth included physical training to restore the manliness of the Bengali youth who had long lost their military prowess. It envisaged the setting up of a school of Hindu music with composition of songs for moral, patriotic, and martial enthusiasm, the founding of a school of medicine to revive our own medical sciences, and the encouragement of Indian antiquities to illuminate the ancient glory of India. In his final testament, the hopes of an old Hindu, Rajnarayan Basu, expressed the wish that the countrymen would all work together to help build a glorious future for their common motherland. The national paper, commissioned by Devanendra Tagore in 1865, was in the forefront of promoting nationalist ideology. Dwijendra Nath Tagore, elder brother of Ravindranath, wrote a series of articles in the newspapers in the early years. He held that modernizers had to first identify with their culture and then work from within to revitalize it. Rejecting the Western model of nation building, he argued, each nation holds a distinct nationality, and for so holding it, it is more entitled to the appellation of a civilized nation. Our countrymen rush madly to the degeneration of their own culture, acting under the impulse of imitating Western civilization, instead of making national institutions as the basis of all progress. Bankim Chandra Chatterjee occupies a pivotal position in the history of Indian literature and nationalist thought. He demonstrated an affinity with the ancient culture of this land. In his work, Sita Ram, the actor asks, who polished the stones with such delicacy? Then I recollect the Upanishads, Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Shakuntala, Panini. What to say of these figures? I thought, blessed am I to be born a Hindu. Patriotism for the land was the running theme of Bankim's work. Embodied in the mother goddess, it was for him the highest religion. In his work Anand Mat, Bhavanand explained to Mahendra, we think of the land of birth to be no other than our mother herself. We have no mother, no father, no brother, no wife, no child, no hearth or home. we've only got the mother. Shri Aurobindo wrote a book on Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. It was called Rishi Bankim Chandra. He described Bankim's religion of patriotism.
Honorable member.
He said, Bankim gave us the vision of our mother. It was not until the motherland reveals herself to the eye of the mind as something more than a stretch of earth or a mass of individuals. It is not until she takes shape as a great divine and maternal power in a form of beauty that can dominate the mind and seize the hearts that petty fears and hopes vanish into an all-absorbing passion for our mother and service for mother and her service, and the patriotism that works miracles and saves doomed nations is born. Shri Aurobindo translated Bankim's Vande Mataram into English, and I don't know if I have the time. I can just read one paragraph.
Ma'am, you can read one para and then conclude, please. Thank you.
Just two sentences. Huh?
Ma'am, please. Sure.
So the first sentence begins, I bow to thee, mother, richly watered, richly fruited, cool with the winds of the south, the mother. I will skip that. At some point in our journey of civilizational reclamation, there was a disruption, and as Bankim's song got truncated, India was also cut into pieces. Now, India makes a bold move to reclaim her ancient heritage under Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. It is fitting that we claim the entire Vedic mantra as unabashedly as we shed our colonial and historical baggage, the entire song and the entire heritage. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations on your maiden speech. Honorable Shri K.R. Suresh Reddy ji.